What is up, YouTube? Welcome to a brand new episode of SIBZ, West Coast, East Coast Siblings. A lot happened last night on DC's Crisis on Infinite Earths Part 1. Right now, my head is exploding with all these different thoughts and theories, as I'm sure yours is too. But don't worry, we're going to take a look at the three biggest things that happened, and then we're going to make some predictions moving forward. So let's dive in. But first, if you're new here and you'd like to join the discussion talking about your favorite movies and TV shows, consider hitting the subscribe button and clicking the bell so you don't miss a single episode. So before we get into the three big takeaways, I'm going to give my initial impression. I actually thought they kicked this thing off really well. They didn't waste any time getting straight to the action, giving us all these characters in full costume. Unfortunately, some of the cameos we had hoped to be seeing: Batman from the animated series, Titans from streaming, the classic Robin from the old Batman TV series, etc. They had really small cameos. They were just kind of using them for the intro to kind of show us the scale of what was happening. As far as playing a more significant role, don't expect to see any of them really again. Maybe at the end to show that all peace is restored. And while it's disappointing, I can't be too mad because it's just awesome to see that they're in the same multiverse. That's huge for them to do. Also, I thought it wasn't too predictable. They threw us some surprises, some close calls, like Superman almost dying. That almost got me. Overall, they did a really good job, I think, with this first part, and I couldn't have seen them doing it much better. Okay, so now into the three biggest takeaways. Number one, we officially saw the handing over of the mantle of Green Arrow from Oliver to his daughter Mia, who is going to play the Green Arrow going forward in a new spin-off series from the Green Arrow called Green Arrow and the Canaries, which is due out next year. Man, I think due to the scale of the Crisis on Infinite Earths event and crossover, I think it's easy to miss the significance of what just happened. I mean, Arrow's been a fantastic show. It's had some really bad seasons, but it's had some great ones as well. And so I think that moment just had a lot of weight. You know, we've seen Oliver grow from Lian Yu and then returning to Lian Yu, you know, just coming full circle and seeing the growth in his character, and then finally him becoming the father. Kind of like White Canary said, she's like, I never thought I would see you as a dad, but it's a good look. So I think this is a good place to leave his character as a father and handing over that mantle of Green Arrow to his daughter Mia. So while it's sad, I am excited to see the Green Arrow mantle get passed on to a new character. Let me know in the comments down below if you're excited for the new Green Arrow and the Canary show due out next year. Okay, so getting into the second biggest takeaway, guys, Supergirl's home world is gone permanently. I mean, we kind of saw this coming based on rumors and stuff. They did manage to save, I think the number was about 3.5 billion people. And of course, as we found out, Superman, Lois, Supergirl, they all made it out alive and okay. But just think about it for a minute. All the continuity, all the special locations and features that were unique to the Supergirl TV series for every season that it's ever had has just been wiped clean. Now again, it was rumored that they would be taking those main heroes and merging them into one single Earth, that Earth 1 in which Barry and the Arrow reside. But still, what a massive shift to see the introduction of Superman and Supergirl into Earth 1. I don't know how I feel about a nearly prime-aged Superman with an older Kevin Conroy Batman. But I mean, I'm not going to complain. I'm just happy we have a Superman and a Batman on Earth 1 with a Flash and an Arrow and a Supergirl, etc. But yeah, Kara's entire home and the city of Kandor are completely gone, seemingly forever. Now, speaking of gone forever, that brings us into our third big takeaway, which is, guys, Oliver Queen is dead. The original Green Arrow is gone, guys. Now, I'm gonna get on a rant because I think this was stupid, but I'm also gonna give you some hope because I don't think that his death is permanent, at least not yet. Okay, so here's the rant. Like, why would Arrow decide to stay on Kara's Earth to save an extra billion lives? Here's the thing. In his mind, he knows that his job is to save the entire multiverse, okay? Not an extra billion lives, and don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to be callous. Every life is valuable, but you know that nobody gets saved if you die, because then the entire multiverse is gone. So the best and only way to save everyone is to save the multiverse, not to save an extra billion lives on Kara's Earth. I think Arrow is too much of a veteran. He's too experienced in this show to have a lapse in judgment like that, which is why I think it was intentional. I think basically when he found out that the Monitor had lied to him, everything was up in the air anyway, with Barry now possibly dying. At least Arrow didn't know that at that time, so I think that attributed to kind of his reckless decision to stay on that Earth and get the heck beat out of him and then die. But here's why I don't think his death is permanent, and that's going to bring us into my prediction as well. I think Oliver Queen is not only going to survive Crisis, I think he's going to survive at the end of his show as well. There are a few main reasons for this theory. Number one, I mean, we've always kind of assumed that Arrow was going to die. One, because we knew it was his last season, and two, because the Monitor said so we kind of assumed that. But then we found out when Oliver died that even the Monitor hadn't foreseen this outcome. But the biggest reason is, I mean, there's still more season of Arrow that they have to get through, and I don't think CW intends to do that without Oliver Queen. While Oliver's death has definitely stunned me, I'm not sure that I'm quite convinced that it's permanent. I think he's going to be brought back in some way, shape, or form to finish out the final season of Arrow. Now, I know how crazy that prediction seems because, yes, right, as of right now, he is dead. But hey, we've lost all predictability at this point. Everything's up in the air since the Monitor said, I have not even foreseen this outcome. So I mean, a guy's gotta hope. Anyway, guys, so that's gonna wrap up my initial thoughts on Crisis on Infinite Earths Part 1. My head is still exploding with all these thoughts and theories. Let me know yours down in the comments below. As always, if you want to make this discussion even bigger, the only way to do that is to share, subscribe, and click the bell so you don't miss a single episode. Make sure you like this video if you like this video. Side note, I'll also be teaming up with our sister channel, the La Quente Ledger, to give you guys full coverage of this Crisis event. So be sure to click the bell and go subscribe for them as well so you don't miss any videos between me, Sydney, Jay, and Zach, the whole gang. We're going to be covering this Crisis event, so you really don't want to miss. Thank you guys as always for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.